Coming up on this edition of Making Moves. JTA partners with JAXUSA to open a business incubator in the new JRTC facility. We'll tell you how local companies and entrepreneurs will soon have access to a space dedicated to innovation, enhanced mobility, and as a catalyst for economic vitality.
So we want to be a place where the small and medium-sized business can engage with the large enterprises.
We'll let you experience the Olli 2.0, JTA's latest autonomous vehicle currently undergoing testing at the Cecil Center, and show you how it was built using a 3D printer.
Very impressed with this vehicle.
JTA shines at a major statewide transportation awards competition, sweeping the 3 highest awards, including System of the Year. We'll have all the details on the big win. And we continue with our Art in Motion series, featuring the amazing collection of artwork at the JRTC. In the spotlight is Japanese anime artist Elena Olander. These stories and more, all right now on Making Moves.
Hello and welcome to Making Moves. I'm Bill Milnes. Glad to have you with us. We begin today on the second floor of the new Jacksonville Regional Transportation Center at La Villa, where nearly 4,000 square foot empty space will soon be transformed into what's being called a business accelerator. As Making Moves correspondent David Cotton tells us, the project is a partnership between the JTA and JAXUSA. That's the Economic Development Division of the JAX Chamber, and will feature an innovation and technology training for local companies and entrepreneurs.
Well, Bill, this second-level space inside the Jacksonville Regional Transportation Center at La Villa is essentially a blank slate, but very soon it will be transformed into the epicenter of innovation in La Villa. At 3,900 square feet, this unfinished section of the JRTC at La Villa is about to get a bold new look. In October, the JTA Board of Directors approved a new agreement with the JAXUSA Partnership to build the Open Innovation Center at JRTC, a collaborative hub for ideas and innovation from across the region. The JAXUSA Partnership is the economic development arm of the JAX Chamber, and Carlton Robinson is their Chief Innovation Officer.
The partnership is an opportunity for us to elevate Jacksonville as a region that's deeply engaged in innovation and entrepreneurship.
As part of the agreement, JAXUSA will spend about $360,000 to build out the center. The JTA will provide the space at no cost for the first 5 years through rent abatement, which equals the build-out cost. Robinson said the center is different from other entrepreneur or business incubators that tend to focus on advancing a specific business plan or concept.
We see it as a way to coordinate activity that's happening on a regional level.
That's partly because JAXUSA Partnership advocates for a 6-county Northeast Florida region, one filled with manufacturing, fintech, medical, and logistics companies, large and small. Specifically, he said the Open Innovation Center will first focus on health services, transportation and logistics, and fintech.
We see those 3 industries as the ones where we can get the most traction. There's the most investment in Jacksonville right now.
The journey to the JRTC began a few years ago on one of the Chamber's annual leadership trips to Denver, as Robinson and JTA CEO Nathaniel Ford talked about different ways to integrate transportation and innovation. He said the pieces slowly began to fall in place.
Innovation starts with a really cool place to kind of cultivate ideas.
The JRTC at La Villa, the region's new multimodal hub, and the JTA's administrative headquarters just happen to have space to spare.
And I think if you walk throughout the center right now, what you find is how innovative, how technology driven it is. And that gets the juices flowing in terms of just thinking about the cool things that you could do.
The JRTC at La Villa opened to the public on May 4th with the latest amenities and technology for customers and employees. Robinson said the Open Innovation Center is still in the design and development phase, but will open soon, of course, with the proper COVID precautions in place. For JTA Making Moves, I'm David Cotton.
JTA has begun testing its latest autonomous vehicle, the Olli 2.0, as it moves closer to changing public transportation in Jacksonville forever. We checked out the Olli at one of its initial test runs at JTA's new test track at the Cecil Center on the city's west side. This is the Olli 2.0 autonomous vehicle, the second generation of the Olli from Local Motors. While many of the companies who are developing autonomous vehicles are based in Europe, Local Motors is headquartered in Phoenix, Arizona, and has micro-factory sites in Arizona and Knoxville, Tennessee, with a sales and demonstration location in Maryland. This 2.0 version was built at the Knoxville site, with all the technology coming from another U.S. company, Robotics Research.
So all the technology on the vehicle is U.S. made. You know, part of the JTA policy is that, buy American. That's one of the golden 20 rules that we have, is that the vehicle has to be an American vehicle.
What makes the Olli even more unique, though, is not where it was built, but how. The Olli was built with a 3D printer.
That's a huge step forward, and it really provides a lot of flexibility in the iterative design process. So if there's a change that needs to be made, it's very dynamic in the way that they can make small incremental changes to really adapt to the customer's needs.
So we can print 3D printed parts that will be going into some of these vehicles. The Olli, we did a lot of that with. We used a MakerBot, and rather than having that lag time of waiting for a part to come in, we just got into the design program, we made our own part, and we're able to submit our own part into our engineering process. They were able to test it, outfit it, and then actually put it into the prototype vehicle. So they're able to cut down weight, they're able to cut down on time of production, and able to cut down on material costs by using 3D printing. As part of its autonomous vehicle testing program, JTA has assembled a list of critical elements they call the Golden 20. These are 20 must-have requirements that vendors will have to meet.
Very impressed with this vehicle because they took to heart what we call the Golden 20 that the JTA developed, and those were the 20 minimum standards that we needed to have for these types of vehicles to operate in passenger service.
ADA compliance, Buy American, how we want the vehicle to operate, the speeds we want it to operate, how it's going to operate as it approaches different obstacles and the distances.
Considered an industry leader when it comes to the development of an autonomous transit program, JTA has not only shared its Golden 20 requirements with other transit agencies across the country, but also its testing results.
We're sharing this information because we believe that the rising tide lifts all ships. If we can share this information and what we've learned about this technology with everyone, we feel it's only going to make the industry better and safer.
On this day, members of JTA's automation team were testing the Olli's handling and responsiveness. And according to JTA's Director of Automation, Bill Fraser, the Olli is getting high marks.
And that's what we do here at FSCJ campus, is really push the limits to show how safe these vehicles are. And what I really like about this vehicle, as an engineer, is some of the features, the 3D printing, the way that they've got in-hub motors instead of a gearbox, the way things are laid out, the way they've hidden the components and the electronics. It's a great system, and it's very responsive, it's smooth, it's very user-friendly. So this vehicle is a real joy to operate.
Up next on Making Moves, how choosing the right fare payment option could save you hundreds of dollars each year. Correspondent Vicki Pierre breaks down all your options and why one is not only cheaper, but will keep your bus running on time. JTA shines at a major statewide transportation awards competition, sweeping the 3 highest awards, including System of the Year. We'll have all the details on the big win. Did you know that the JRTC has an amazing organic produce market? Coming up, we'll show you JTA's latest partnership that is bringing freshly grown, local fruits, vegetables, salads, and more in the new JRTC facility. All of that still to come, so stay tuned.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique.
And your mother and... I am totally a hat person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
Why do you ask that, kiddo?
You're watching Making Moves, the most honored transportation news and information program of its kind in the country.
Welcome back. You may not realize it, but the payment method you choose when you ride any of JTA's transit services can have a tremendous impact on the entire transit system. Making Moves correspondent Vicki Pierre explains how using the MyJTA mobile app can not only save you money on your fare, but get everyone to their destinations more quickly.
It all begins with a cell phone and a few simple swipes. Just ask JTA Revenue Manager India Freeman. Thanks to the MyJTA mobile app, she says cheaper rides and better, faster service are all accessible from the palm of your hand.
It's a win-win for our customers and JTA.
When it comes to how you pay, we know riders have options, whether that's by cash or the Star Card. But Freeman argues that the benefits of the MyJTA app far outweigh the others. Turns out riders who use it agree.
If you got a phone and you need to catch a bus, JTA would be the app that you download.
The new age when you always have your phone with you, so it'll be very easy where you can just pull up the app and just scan your card and you can just get on the bus easily.
First, let's talk money. One of the automatic benefits of riding with the MyJTA app, reduced fares. And that includes buses, ferries, and connection services.
We actually offer a discount to customers who decide to purchase their product on our app opposed to using our Star Card or using cash. There's a cost savings.
So what do these savings look like in a practical way? Well, JTA says their top selling ticket is the one-day pass, which normally costs $4.50. But with the app, that goes down to $4.25. Now, if you're getting that consistently, those savings add up, enough to get an extra cup of coffee by the end of the month.
It's definitely worth using that rather than doing the quarters every day. If you take it every day, it'll pay for itself in like a week.
But the perks don't end with price.
You can literally purchase your pass at home in the comfort of your home and then board our bus without any additional touch points.
And with fewer touch points, customers are staying safe and helping buses move faster.
If more customers use their app, they scanning it on the bus, they increase boarding times. They're not spending time trying to put a dollar bill into the fare box. With their app, they can scan, go, and if more customers use that, our on-time performance would increase.
Speaking of bills and other payments, listen to this. Over the past 2 years, JTA has processed over 14 million coins and 4.3 million bills. Handling all of that money comes at a cost, so does printing tickets and Star Cards. But in that same time frame, the MyJTA app was used for over 554,000 transactions with no additional costs, no coins, and no bills to process. That means by using the app, everyone is saving money. Savings are passed on to the rider, and JTA can use its savings to improve services. The MyJTA app can help you do much more than pay for fares. You can use it to track your bus and plan your trips.
It's just awesome because when you're looking for routes, it also gives you GPS on where you're going from where your destination is, the current. It's a pretty awesome app.
Even riders who don't use the app say it's hard to deny its benefits.
No, I never did do it. I might try it though, yeah.
When it's all said and done, Freeman says going mobile is the way to go.
I just think it's cool. Being able to use your app, use your phone, it's the wave of the future. That's where we're headed to. That's what we should be doing.
In La Villa, Vicki Pierre, JTA Making Moves.
You can download the MyJTA mobile app on your phone's app store. Everyone knows you can catch a bus or the Skyway at the new Jacksonville Regional Transportation Center. But now, thanks to a new partnership with Abundant Harvest Farms in Baker County, you can also buy seasonal fruits and vegetables and the biggest carrots I've ever seen. Making Moves videographer Carlos Bouvier was there for opening day and gives us a look.
Today is the first day of the opening of the JRTC at La Villa Produce Market. We have a market that is available to our employees as well as to our customers. They sell fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, and all of this stuff is homegrown. They have a farm in Baker County where they grow all of these nice vegetables.
Abundant Harvest Farm is a sustainable farm. We have organic practices, and we make sure that everything that we do is safe for the environment. And we grow seasonal produce and fruit.
We wanted to make sure that the items that we were offering to our customers as well as our employees was of top quality, and because this vendor grows these items on their farm, we know that these items are not sourced. So not only are we looking out for our customers, but we're also supporting a local vendor and helping them to grow their business as well.
We offer seasonal fruit and produce, so we grow seasonally. Each season we grow something a little different. Like now we have our winter crops that are growing. And we still have, what we have today is still from our spring and summer.
I think it's a great opportunity to share in our local businesses and also maintain a healthy eating environment as well.
And a lot of our customers, just because they ride the bus, they may not have access or opportunity to get to a grocery store or even get to a market to buy fresh fruits and vegetables. So this opportunity is not only for us as staff, but more so for our customers, so that they don't have to worry about trying to catch another bus or pay another bus fare to get to the grocery store, and they can, when they get off the bus here, they can come right over, pick up their items, and then go about their day.
Well, I bought fresh vegetables, I bought the fresh salad, and also the carrot cake and pound cake.
This area that we're in at La Villa currently is a food desert, so this is a great opportunity for the customers, the staff, as well as the vendor to provide us with fresh fruits and vegetables.
Because we want it to be accessible to people from different populations, especially if they live in food deserts or areas where they don't have access to fresh, healthy food.
I was able to get me some seasoning.
We would like to make an impact within the community, whether it's helping to prove health disparities or just being accessible, but we do want to make an impact, a positive impact within the community. So we're glad that JTA is open to us being here and providing fresh, healthy food for the community as well.
We're just so excited to have Abundant Harvest Farms with us, and we look forward to a long, outstanding relationship.
The JRTC Produce Market is open under the Skyway every Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Time now to talk about robots and elementary school kids. Making Moves senior correspondent Eugene Lindsay recently tagged along as the JTA automation team spent hours planning and building robots out of Legos to help some young students learn and understand how technology can change their future.
What we're looking at today is the first Lego League Challenge replay, that's the name of the game, challenge set.
And members of JTA's automation team have committed to the challenge. They are partnering with Renaissance Jack's first Lego League's robotics program. It's the fastest growing youth robotics organization in the world. Now JTA's automation division have joined force with Renaissance Jack's to help develop the technology minds of the future. And at the core of teaching kids to understand and how to build robotics are Legos.
It's no secret that kids love Legos, kids love robots, and if you ask them if they want to build a Lego robot, they're probably going to say yes.
Mark McCombs, the founder of Renaissance Jack, says he established this program to revolutionize the way talent and workforce development is done in North Florida. He says corporate involvement and mentorship are key components to the program's success.
I am so excited that the automation division at JTA has really stepped up and said, we believe that this program is going to help build the kids that are going to make our highly automated future transportation systems work in the long-term basis.
In fact, when members of JTA's automation division learned of the program, they immediately wanted to be all in. So they paid a visit to Renaissance Jack's and spent an entire evening learning firsthand what Legos and robotics is all about.
We're here today to really understand what are the kids going to actually be doing so we can play an active role in their learning, right? Not a passive role. We don't just want to support it through a sponsorship. We want to be a part of the experience.
And with that, Team JTA not only chose to become a sponsor of the program, but to also adopt a school and work directly with members of the very first robotics team at the Northwestern Legends Center Elementary School in North Jacksonville.
We want to energize, right, kids to think that there are other things, besides video games and in addition to sports and other activities that keep folks active. It's very important that the kids not only stay physically active and physically focused, but mentally focused is also a very strong suit that we're trying to chase with the future workforce, right?
Ultimately, what this partnership is going to look like is kind of a long-term vision for getting as many kids as possible involved in automation. JTA is going to be able to directly speak to the kind of opportunities that they have for these kids as they come up in these skill sets. And honestly, it's a great way for their employees to get into the community and see what the kids are working on. And the thing that I love the most about this program is that when you ask kids hard questions, you get really hard answers back. And I'm really looking forward to what the engineers get to learn from the kids this year on the robotics team over at the Northwestern Legends Center.
McCombs says there are actually many students who would like to become involved in the LEGO League's robotics program, and the more mentorship they have from businesses and individuals, more students can participate.
So we saw this as a great opportunity to kind of bridge the gap between industry and academia and real-world practice through such a unique aspect such as building Legos and programming robots to really teach the future of the workforce. So we've committed to putting our best foot forward.
In Jacksonville, Eugene Lindsay, JTA Making Moves.
The awards continue to pour in for JTA and its employees. The Florida Public Transportation Association named JTA as its outstanding public transportation system for 2020. And it's no wonder with all the national and international acclaim the authority received this year for its partnership with the Mayo Clinic in transporting COVID-19 samples between Mayo's testing site and its laboratory. JTA also grabbed some individual awards from FPTA as well. Sherman Polidor was named the state's best bus technician. Polidor is an 8-year veteran of JTA. Meanwhile, Ronald Parson won for Best Bus Operator. Parson has been driving buses for the JTA for the past 33 years. So congratulations to Sherman Polidor and Ronald Parson for being named Best in Florida in their respective fields. JTA honored the two in a special ceremony and dedicated a bus to their victory. In the FPTA marketing competition, JTA's Marketing and Communications Group took home 3 awards. JTA won first place for its redesigned bus schedules, second place for the JRTC bus wrap, and third place for the sustaining campaign promoting the opening of the JRTC.
When we come back, our Art in Motion series introduces you to Elena Olander, whose Japanese-inspired works are featured on the building's 3rd floor. Elena's story and artwork are up next.
Hey, Dad. I need your help asking Jessica to prom.
Of course. Love is like the ocean. You have to tread the
Oh,
waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Hey, Jessica. Will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
Why do you ask that, kiddo?
Welcome back to Making Moves. Earlier in the show, we told you about the new produce market that recently opened at the JRTC, offering fresh organic fruits and vegetables every Friday. Well, now we have some breaking news to announce about another new food venture coming to JTA's new transit facility. JTA has reached an agreement with Crazy Beans Coffee in Clay County to open a new cafe at the JRTC. The new cafe will be located in the building's ground floor lobby. It will feature various coffees, smoothies, and other specialty drinks, as well as breakfast and lunch items, including bagels, waffles, sandwiches, quiche, and more. Crazy Beans Coffee is also teaming with Erica Klein, owner of the former Blue Chocolat Cafe in Springfield, to offer some of her sweet treats at the new facility. The new Crazy Beans Cafe is expected to open around the 1st of the year, and we'll have more information on that in a future show. The JRTC has been described by many who've seen it as a work of art. The design and construction elements are unlike any other building in North Florida. Inside, the walls are covered with murals depicting the history of the La Villa neighborhood where the building is located, along with a fascinating and diverse collection of artwork loaned to the JTA for display in the building. Now, throughout season 13, we'll be featuring several of the artists and their work here on Making Moves. Today, we feature Elena Olander, a new artist with vast talent who uses her work to inspire others and to teach her daughter about life and her Japanese heritage.
I get to do what I love for a living, and it's very dynamic, and I'm hungry, not starving. About 3 years ago, I quit my job bartending. I decided to pursue art and see what would happen. I thought for sure I would be back behind the bar in 3 months, that no one would care about my artwork, but I thought it wasn't a sustainable income as, a career. When you first begin doing artwork, probably you want to explore all the mediums. There's a little bit of everything that I enjoy, and how can I, take illustrative works, maybe were inspired by manga or Japanese animation when I was growing up, and take that to a level that bridges the gap between animation and manga or comic and fine art. When the pandemic initially was, announced, I was concerned that perhaps art isn't necessarily a necessity in terms of it's not food, it's not clothes, it's not shelter. It actually opened different doors, and those doors allowed me to really sustain myself. Well, these works, they are a way for me to connect with my daughter. Over the time, I realized my daughter is half Japanese and a second-generation immigrant, and I wanted her to feel connected to her culture as an American, to her heritage. History or culture or food or mythology or folklore, I put all of that elements of Japanese culture into my work to connect with her and teach her about her heritage. I can set an example for her as a mother, as a female, to empower her to never give up on her dreams.
On our next show, we'll continue our Art in Motion series when we feature photographer Mark Crancer. And that wraps up this episode of Making Moves. We thank you for joining us and welcome you to check out our YouTube channel where you can watch past episodes and stories at your leisure. A direct link to our page is available at jtafla.com. For the entire Making Moves team, I'm Bill Milnes. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.